Now, the reason why we do this is because we have a desire to feel safe. And so here's the beauty in what you can do. If you can create an environment in which people can feel safe and feel as though they belong, they will let their guard down and bring their full selves to work. And when they do that, you will have much better collaboration, problem solving, and so much more will result or spring from the fact that you've created the right environment for people. Hey there, welcome to Mac TV, where we of course believe that the transformation from manager to leader is such a crucial one. And that's because, well, true leaders, they change lives and they are having a profound effect on today's working environment. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about team motivation tips. I think we can all agree that when you have a highly motivated and engaged team, well, you're going to get pretty amazing results. I mean, the numbers don't lie and the stats prove it. There was a study that was done that actually showed that companies that have highly engaged team members, they actually see a 223% increase in customer loyalty, as well as a 26% increase in annual revenue. So that shows to me how incredibly important all of this is. And that's why in today's video, we're going to talk about 5 team motivation tips. And I want you to stick around to the end of the video because I have something pretty special for you. Tip number 1 is to hire people that you don't have to motivate or manage. Now I'm going to stop you right there before you say anything and just clearly define what I mean. Even if you hire the right people, it doesn't mean that you don't have to do the things that I'm going to be talking about in this video. Because even rockstar employees need to be appreciated, they need a purpose, they need to have clearly defined roles. All of this is extremely important even for a rockstar employee. What I'm talking about is hiring the people that have the right attitude and the right values. Remember, skills can always be taught, attitude cannot. So you want to look for people who are self-starters, who are reliable, people that you don't have to chase down to get something done. This is incredibly important. I really want you to remember this. I mean, I must sound like some sort of broken record because I feel like I say this every other video, but you cannot teach attitude. So you really want to be looking at this. Take a good look at your hiring practices and make sure that that individual aligns with your values. This is gold. I cannot tell you how important this is. So relook at your hiring practices and ensure that the people that you're bringing on board align with your values. Tip number 2 is to create a sense of safety or an environment where people can feel as though they belong. You know, as human beings, we're constantly scanning, the room around us to see whether or not we fit in or whether or not we belong. When we enter a room, when we go to a party, when we go to a meeting, when we go to the grocery store. Okay, so maybe not the grocery store, but you get what I'm saying. We are constantly trying to figure out, do we fit in here? Do we belong here? Do these people have the same values that I have? Now, the reason why we do this is because we have a desire to feel safe. And so here's the beauty in what you can do. If you can create an environment in which people can feel safe and feel as though they belong, they will let their guard down and bring their full selves to work. And when they do that, you will have much better collaboration, problem solving, and so much more will result or spring from the fact that you've created the right environment for people. Now, one of the ways that you can actually create this environment of safety and belonging is by living your values, hiring by them, and promoting and firing by them. Because what you're doing is saying that we are all very different, but the one thing that is the exact same amongst all of us is that we have the same value system. So that's a really instant way of creating that sense of belonging. Now, there was a LinkedIn study. Yes, there was a LinkedIn study that was done not too long ago about how you could actually create this type of environment, this environment of safety. Now, it goes into depth, so I'm going to put the link for that in the description box below if you want to go into that a little bit deeper. Tip number 3 is to be observant. When you walk by someone and you ask them how they're doing and they say fine, but you can tell on their face they're not actually fine, don't just walk away. I mean, they're clearly not fine. Sometimes a lack of motivation has nothing to do with the work itself. We're all struggling. Life is tough. And so sometimes it's just what's going on in our personal lives that needs to be addressed, and we don't necessarily have someone to talk to about it. So if you walk past a team member, like I said, and you can tell that something's going on, probe, ask them a question, ask them if they need to talk. I mean, if you don't have time at that time when you walk past them, maybe cycle back to it. It's just really important that you show your teammates that you actually care about them as human beings. Tip number 4 is to show your teammates appreciation. Did you know that 79% of people who left their jobs actually cite a lack of appreciation as the reason for leaving their jobs? Ken Blanchard, who is a business author, he says that the last time people actually got some sort of applause was at their high school graduation. That seems like not a whole lot for something that we need a lot of. The truth is that people want to know that they're doing a good job, and they want to be appreciated by you for their efforts. And appreciation can come in all different sorts of forms, right? It can come in a verbal, type of thank you, or a note, or something monetary. Really, it's up to you at the end of the day. And it doesn't have to be expensive. I think that a lot of us think that in order to really show somebody that we're appreciative of the work that they do, that we have to give them money. But that's actually not the case. There's multiple studies that show that people would rather be praised for the really good work that they do instead of a raise. So don't allow a lack of resource to be kind of an excuse for not telling people how appreciative you are of the things that they do. And if you are observant, then you're on the lookout for the things that they're doing so well. And try and be specific. A simple good job or you're awesome is really not enough, right? You could say that to anybody. If you're observant enough, then you're looking at the things that they're doing, and you can call them out and say, hey, I noticed that you stayed back last night to help, Uju and Shivali and Henna on their project. Thank you so much for doing that, Onika. I really, really appreciated it. That way you're calling her out specifically for her efforts that she put forth, and you're saying, hey, I took note of what you did and I truly value that. Tip number 5 is to connect with your team. There is a great quote by Bob Nelson that says, an employee's motivation is a direct sum of the interactions that he or she has with his or her manager. With that being so well said, it's safe to say that it's important to have not just regular interactions with your team members, but meaningful interactions with them. One of the most powerful ways to do this is through your one-on-one meetings. One-on-one meetings are a great way to foster relationships, to build trust between the two of you, and to coach and mentor them. It is really sacred time that you should really value between the two of you. Another way to increase these interactions between you and your team members is through your team meetings. It is a great way to connect with your team collaboratively and to discuss the things that really matter as it relates to the team, and to make sure that everybody is aligned. Now, of course, like everything else, if you're looking to really increase these connections between you and your team members, then you have to intentionally plan it, otherwise it will not happen. Now, if you're looking for help in this area, I have developed an entire program that is devoted to helping you effectively do your one-on-one meetings as well as your team meetings. It's essentially my step-by-step proven strategy that I use with my team that, of course, you can use to really motivate and engage your team. And now the reason why this works is because it addresses the foundations. And I am a huge foundations girl, right? I truly believe that if you don't address the stuff at the bottom, the stuff that you're trying to build on top is just not going to work. So let me show you exactly how you can use this team engagement program. So it starts off with a Trello board, and that's because I love Trello boards. They're just so beautiful. Now, Trello boards are super simple to use, not to worry. And to open up an account with Trello is actually free. And so all you have to do is download mine and then copy and paste it into your own account, and you're good to go. Start customizing it however you want. Now, the first thing I want you to do, after of course you copy and paste the Trello board into your own account, is to listen to the audio training. Now, the audio training is 30 minutes, but I do go specifically into depth into not just obviously why one-on-ones are important, but how you can conduct them effectively. I'll talk to you about the questions that you want to be asking, the body language you want to be sensing, all these things that are incredibly important, not just for your one-on-one meetings, but also for your team huddle. And no program to me is complete without templates. I mean, life is busy, so I decided to give you agenda templates and swipe files in terms of emails so that you can send them out to your team and update them in terms of what's going on. Plus, like I said, there's a couple extra bonuses in there that have to do with KPIs and personality quizzes and whatnot. I swear you will find it useful. So I will put the link for that in the description box below. If you like this video, don't forget to hit on the subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the other insights that I share here only on Tuesday. And if you're looking for more advice in terms of team culture, team development, and leadership development, then I suggest you head on over to makitaandrews.com. And when you're there, feel free to download your new Manager Starter Kit. I promise you it'll make a difference in the way that you show up in your new role. Thank you so much for watching. I truly hope that you found this information that we discussed today valuable. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the week. Don't forget to keep smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.